In this video, we're going to review how to download new charger firmware into an Ecotech Access charger. Typically, you would do this if we had a new feature that we'd introduced that you wanted to have an older existing charger have that capability, or if there was a bug in a version of firmware and we needed to update the firmware due to some functional issue. The first thing you have to do is you have to have a firmware file, and that's something you would get in contact with Ecotech to provide. Either call or email us, and once we determine that it's necessary, we'll email you the proper file. So that said, we're going to go to Tools, Advanced, Download Firmware. We're going to browse for the file. In my case, I have it in my desktop, and I'm going to choose that one. As you'll notice, it needs to be a .mff file for the proper firmware file type. So that stands for micropower firmware file. I'm going to open that, and you can see we've got the file number, the revision, short description, and microprocessor description, first official release of new software, and so we're going to say download now that we have that, and we're going to scan for nodes. First we'll scan for networks. Network list should pop up. We're going to choose that one. Okay, and we're going to do that one right there. And we're going to say OK. Now it's going to download the firmware. Starts to, you have the green bar goes across relatively quickly. Then we start a slow movement of the green bar. Typically, this can take 5 to 10 minutes. So at this point I'm going to pause the video, and we'll come back when we've made a little more progress than we have at this point. Okay, through the magic of video editing, we're through the upload process, and now you can see we get the switch execute command prompt window. One thing to note is we need to have uninterrupted power when we make this switch process. The other thing is you want to make sure that the battery is disconnected prior to switching. You don't want any charging processes to be going on, and it can interrupt the process. So number one, disconnect the battery if it's connected. Number two, confirm that you're going to have good power for the next 5 minutes or so, and you're ready to execute the switch command. So it takes a few moments for the command to be sent. And it was sent successfully. And we should be good to go. If we were to look at the charger right now that I just programmed, you'd see all the display lights on, including the alarm, the charging, and the ready light. All the red, green, and yellow light would be lit up brightly and solid, and would remain that way for up to 5 minutes. During that time period, you want to make sure you don't do anything, connect the battery, or lose the AC power, because that could render the control inoperable. But after 5 minutes or so is up, the lights will go out, the charger will be returned to the normal state and be ready to use with the new firmware capabilities that you've added. So once you do that, you can close out of this, and the job is complete. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact Ecotech at 937-606-2793. Ask for Todd Jones or Dave Bollinger. We'll be happy to help you however we can. And thank you very much.